Ooh, a package. Alrighty, this is my new motherboard, the Asus ROG Strix B550 Gaming Edition. Well, let's see if I can, okay, I'm gonna need two hands. Okay. Here we go. We got another package. This one's got something good in it. I also have a black eye. I just wrestled a wrestling tournament in a different shirt. It's been several days since the last clip, but this has got something good in it. Inside that box, we have the Ryzen 7 5800X. And you guys might be wondering why I went with the 5800X instead of the 5600X, considering it's basically the exact same thing for gaming. And I'll explain that in a bit. Hey guys, today I'm going to be upgrading my personal gaming and streaming PC. Now the reason why I'm upgrading this PC is for, like I just said, streaming. And that's exactly why I went with the AMD Ryzen 7 5800X. In my opinion, there's really no better option in this price range for things like streaming and other things that require lots of threads and lots of cores. Now with the upgrade of the processor, I had to get a new motherboard. I feel like I could have stayed with my B450. I feel like there's ways that you can make that work. But this all black and red motherboard doesn't really fit the white and red aesthetic I'm going for. And that's why I went with the ROG Strix B550A Gaming, and it's in this kind of frosty white color, and it's really nice. In addition to that, I have 4 sticks in total of 32 gigabytes of Corsair Platinum RGB RAM. Now, I wouldn't be lying if that's already been in my PC for the past 3 months or so, but I want to make this video more of an upgrade. So yeah, let's get to it. So the first thing we'll be doing is taking the motherboard out of its box. Now I've already done most of this. Let's see here. Here she is. See what I mean by like the frosty white color? That's really nice. I'm actually going to. It's got a built-in I/O shield. That's really great. It's got tons and tons of USB real estate. Let's take this off. Nice. Oh, that was unsuccessful. Alright, now that I've gotten all of the peel thingies off, let's get started with the build. Set this bad boy down. I'll do this with one hand. 2 hands now. I'll use this as a little test bench. That's what all the cool tech YouTubers do. Now, if you'll excuse the change in lighting, let's open up our processor. That's the first time I opened this guy up. No cooler came with it, so I'll be using my cooler that I already had. It was such a massive box for a tiny little processor. That's so unnecessary. Well, the processor, that's basically it. Now here is our 5800X. Let's install it on the motherboard. I'll lift up the arm here. Place her in, line up the triangles. Boom and boom. I'll lower it down. You're gonna have to push harder than you think you will. Now we'll be installing my cooler, and to do that, we'll need to remove these 4 little bracket things. Now we'll be installing the heatsink itself, and for that I'm just gonna be using the thermal paste that came included. It's the only stuff I have. I'm sure it's not that great. Let's just add a little grain of rice right here. Perfect. Screw the cap back on, and now we'll toss on the heatsink. Now that our heatsink is installed, we'll be adding our RAM sticks. On this motherboard, it only has little tabby things on one side, so that makes things a little bit easier for us to just, like, it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing here, but drop them in and make them click. Now that everything except for the heatsink fan is added to the motherboard, we're ready to take the old motherboard out and put this one in. Now taking this out should be fairly simple, so I'm not going to record it. All I'm going to have to do is unplug all the cables and take out the graphics card. And unscrew it, obviously. So this right here is the final product. And right now it's actually several days later than it was in the last clip. but that's mostly because this motherboard removal and installation was quite a bit harder than I thought it was going to be. And that's mainly because this motherboard has an 8-pin plus a 4-pin connector for the power supply, while the old motherboard only had the 8-pin. My power supply doesn't have that extra 4-pin to plug in next to the 8-pin. So I had to research whether that'd be okay. Spoiler alert, it is. It works just fine. I plan on upgrading my power supply anyways, so when I do, I want to be cautious with the fact that I will have all of the CPU power connectors powered. Another problem I ran into is the motherboard I/O, which I'm not sure if you can actually exactly see with this angle right here. But since it comes out so far, the little shield cover thing, I can't actually screw in this top fan. So right now, I'll include some B-roll, but right now the top fan's actually, if you're looking at it from the top, is at an angle. So that's definitely not any fun. Now, one more problem I've been having is the software to control the RGB lighting and the fan, the CPU cooler fan, I haven't been able to download. So I've been having a lot of trouble with that. So hopefully I'll be able to download that and get that working. That way I'm able to make it match the rest of these white fans. So yeah, that just about wraps it up. If you guys want to stick around and watch some beautiful PC B-roll, I'll be including some of that. So stick around if you want to see that. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.